why in Psalms 90 it says, so teach us to number our days so that we get a heart of wisdom. And 1 Peter says, if you address as Father, the one who impartially judges according to each one's work, conduct yourselves in reverent fear of him and with profound respect for him throughout the time of your stay on earth. So, you know what? One day we have to give account to God, right? For what we are doing or we have done. Now, what will be your account, your report card for God? What will count for eternity for you? Will your sleep count? Or trying to sleep count? Will your work count for eternity? Like at the end of we present our report card, will we get some points? Or we get no points? Now, that is for us to decide now, okay? So timing your schedule with God's eternal plan. I remember, and I'll conclude with this story, okay? One day, I heard the testimony of a nurse who was being interviewed on radio by the famous evangelist D.L. Moody, okay? And so Moody had heard that this nurse had helped almost all of her colleagues working with her on the same floor of the hospital, from her on-call shift to accept Jesus within 2 years, except for 3 people, okay? So this nurse helped all the colleagues on her floor to accept Jesus except for 3 people in the span of 2 years. So Moody interviewed her and said, wow, this is awesome. You have personally won almost 100 people for Jesus. Wow, what a nurse, what a nurse. And how long have you been? And suddenly, the nurse interrupts Moody and says, wait, you're wrong. And Moody asked, what? What do you mean I'm wrong? She said, I'm not a nurse. Huh? Moody then asked, but you've been telling us that you're a nurse and that you have led all these people to the Lord. And she said, yeah, it is true that I have won all these people to the Lord and that I work on the floor, but I'm not a nurse. And Moody asked her, so what are you? And she answered, I'm a Christian disguised as a nurse. Do you understand what she meant? She was really a nurse, but she saw herself first and foremost as a disciple of Jesus, and her mission was to help others to be disciples. So, how are we going to manage our time this week? Hopefully, we will learn to trust that even though unpleasant things are happening for you at this moment, you can trust that God has a plan. Second, thank God for what you have and redeem it, for the days are evil. And then time your schedule with eternity in mind.